Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex and I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider supporting the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It helps to get the videos out there and it inspires me to keep creating. In addition to that, I have a $1 channel membership, and just for an extra $1 a month, you can let me know that you guys really love the content and want to continue supporting me making these videos. Today, we are going to talk about Love Island Season 7, Episode 3. If you have not seen the Episode 2 recap, please go ahead and watch that. I know these recaps are coming out really fast, and I know you might not even have time to watch the previous recap before the next one comes out. So I would absolutely appreciate and love it if you would go watch the Episode 2 recap first, then come back here and check out Episode 3, because these are going to be going back to back, and I just know you guys haven't had enough time. I just put the last recap up like 10 hours ago. I will say YouTube was stripping in the background. That's why I was up so late. But anyway, let's jump into it, because today, Huda, you are getting the smoke, sis. You're getting the smoke, okay? I gave you the smoke episode 1, then episode 2, you kind of had a little bit of a break because you were kind of more in the background. No, you weren't. That's not even true. But now you were getting the smoke for this hidden kid, because enough is enough. So we start off post the fire pit.
I don't want to hurt anybody, but this is also like about me and my journey with finding someone.
Because remember, I was about to call her Alexia. Sierra did steal Nick. So for Nick, he does say that Bella is his type through and through. He continues to say that he really likes her. He's really into her. However, the relationship did not progress in any way. So he really needed to listen to his heart and his head when it came to going along with Sierra, because they have an undeniable connection. Again, I'm sorry. Nick, to me, gives vibes that whoever's in front of him, he's suddenly interested in that person. I'm so sorry. But Nick also gives me avoidant vibes where, again, as soon as it gets close, he wants to run away, because we still see him have this internal battle throughout the entire episode. So also, Taylor is feeling some type of way because he was like, okay, I'm gonna stand up because you kissed somebody else during the game.
You feel me?
Wait, so she can go and kiss, but you can't stand up?
Yeah, because as soon as I came back,
Remember, Alandria kissed Ace during the game, but he said, oh, that's weird, or that's weird. She said that's weird, or something like that whenever he sat down after he stood up. So Taylor's like, okay, the double standard here is kind of crazy. And I ain't gonna hold you, Alandria, sis. We were not expecting you to stand up for Ace. That was very random. We were not expecting you to kiss him. So yes, it is fair game when you kind of take the shot that, hey, we're still out there, we're still exploring. Well, why can't he do that as well? I don't know about it, Alandria. I think in this one, I have to take Taylor's side, even though Taylor still gives me the sus vibes, where I'm like, I don't know about Taylor's intentions here. There's also a lot of chat about Alandria and Huda's little fight or whatever.
Me, because I thought I was doing the right thing.
I think it came across like you're doing too much, you know? Oh. That was like kind of the tone in your voice.
We're gonna talk about that later. This is gonna be a juicy little girls chat later. We're gonna save it for them. I feel like
for the little girl, nobody's upset. I feel like that was very split too when I watched reviews. When I was watching it, to me, it was extremely and incredibly clear that Alandria was saying, hey, let's have a chat later today about the boys and what's going on. But it seems that a lot of people interpreted it as her saying, we're gonna have a chat, she's gonna tell her off in the background. That is not what I got out of that conversation at all. So Ace is actually talking about it with the guys, like, do you even think Hood is approachable? Like, it's very clear that Hood is not approachable, she's closed off, and because of that, she's making everybody else feel like they have to be in these locked off relationships the same way that she is. Meanwhile, Huda is actually crying to, who's she crying to? Shelly, because she's like, I don't understand. Why would she say all of these things about me in front of the bombshells who don't even know who I am? I thought like we were supposed to be sisters. I'm sorry, Huda is getting on my nerves. Huda is getting on my nerves. Now, Shelly, or Alandria and Bella, sorry, they are across the room they're sitting there and Alandria's like, dang, I hope she's not actually crying about what I said, because I was clearly meaning that I wanted to just talk after, like it's going to be juicy girl chat after the fire pit. Sorry, I'm thinking of Temptation Island. So I'm like, that was so obvious to me. I'm in shock. And I'm like, why is Huda crying? No, this is just not giving for me. I also think Huda is being annoying. I think she has been making these little comments where it may not be intended to be this way, but it is very clear that she's kind of taking jabs like, I'm locked off. Sorry, girlies, you're gonna find someone who will find love just like we will. Oh my goodness, you know, you deserve someone who loves you all the way down. It's like, Huda, you are one to talk. You are hiding a whole child from that man. You don't even know if that man likes you for real, for real. And he is love bombing and clinging his booty all up onto you to try to stay on this show. Why can't you see that? So I can understand how there is some frustration there. I can understand Alandria being like, yo, like, nobody's really that upset, like, relax. And I get that, because sometimes, like, you'll be in life and people will be like, oh my God, it's okay, girl. It's okay. You're all good. You're beautiful. And, like, there'll be times where I'm like, chill out. Just like I've even said here on YouTube, where sometimes, like, some of y'all will be like, you're gonna blow up soon, sis. And I'm like, I feel successful already. I don't need y'all to tell me I'm about to blow up. I appreciate the commentary, but I get it. It's kind of all in that same vibe where it's like, sometimes you're just like, I'm okay. I'm good. Like, I can handle myself. So I definitely understood Alandria's point of view. I think Huda was doing a little too much, especially talking about we're supposed to be sisters. Girl, you've known each other for 2 days. You guys aren't sisters yet, so relax. Austin and Charlie are also talking. Austin does feel some kind of way that Shelly, you know, that he stood up, but Shelly didn't. He was actually under the impression that both he and Shelly were going to stand. I'm like, Austin, miss me with it. You know you don't like that girl. Charlie is also feeling some type of way that absolutely no girl stood up for him. He thought he was building something with Shelly, but clearly there was nothing there. And I'm like, just go talk to Bella. I don't know. Y'all can at least be a friendship couple, because Bella has nobody and you have nobody right now, Charlie. I'm sorry. The girls, they're just not interested in you like that. So, So Nick and Sierra, they're talking afterwards about how happy they are together. For both of them, they feel like this connection is so strong. They need to make something of it. Sierra is so happy to be with someone that she finds attractive, but she also finds connected to. And at least in this moment, it definitely seems like Nick has completely wiped his hands clean of Bella. But stay tuned. Stay tuned, because Nick is a menace. Nick is a menace. Now, Huda and Alandria, they finally have the conversation.
Why you're crying? I thought you was finna go in on them bad.
No.
Me and Shelly looked there smiling at each other like, girl, this is gonna be a juicy chat later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
And for Huda, she's just trying to explain, like, hey, look, like, I thought that I wanted to be there for you guys. I just wanted to show that we're sisters. I wanted to be supportive. Alandria's like, look, I simply meant that I thought we were gonna have juicy girl chat after the conversation, after the fire pit. I didn't think that we were going to have it right then and there. That's all it is. Huda keeps going on and on about how she wants to be sisters and she wants to be so close. And I don't know, at least for me, I was rolling my eyes during this conversation, because I was like, girl, you were doing too much. But they eventually do end up hugging it out. They end up saying, I love you, you're my girl. I can just tell that for Alandria, she's not feeling it. And I don't know. I kind of think people like Huda, where they're giving all this unnecessary, like, you're the best girl, it is kind of annoying. So we'll have to see how their dynamic continues, but it's not giving an instant gel or an instant mesh. It definitely gives that the two of them have very different personality types. So for now, they're okay though. Taylor comes over to interrupt and pull Alandria for a chat.
My feelings are still the same way as they was before. That's it.
Gotcha. So I really do appreciate you just coming up here.
Now, Taylor basically explains that the reason that he stood up is because he wanted to try to have a connection with someone else. He just wanted to show that he is open. Let me say it that way. Alandria is like, okay, well, and she cuts him off actually as he's trying to explain. And she's like, okay, I didn't think that would trump what we had. Alandria was very spicy in this. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Alandria got a little kick to her. She got a little kick to her. She my sis. She is gorgeous. She got a little kick to her because even in this conversation, she was on 10. And Taylor was kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't really get the double standard that you were able to go up and kiss Ace, but I am not able to stand up for somebody. Make it make sense to me because I don't think that we are on the same playing field here. And I agree with that. I'm sorry, I do. I think that you want to get up and kiss somebody else, no worries, no problem. But just, again, you set that kind of dynamic in the relationship now that you guys are both very much open and that you maybe are not each other's absolute first choice right this second, at least, which is fine on day 2. So I was kind of wondering why Alandria was tripping so bad because girl, you did the same thing. Alandria is not buying it, though. She does not want to hear it. They don't end off on good terms. Shelly and Austin, they also have a conversation. Austin gives a pretty similar answer where he says something about wanting to explore, just wanting to see what's out there. I'm like, Austin, we know you are not into Shelly. So please free us from this misery and get this man out this week. Ace pulls Shelly for a chat.
You know what I mean?
I know. I just know. You're so funny.
No, smell this shit real quick.
Why?
Smell it.
Right before bed, he's like, I'm just trying to see what's going on. I'm just trying to see what you doing. Smell me. Sniff me. Sniff me. She gives him a little smooch. And at this point, I'm like, Ace, if you're going to lock it in with Shelly, lock it in. Because it's giving performative. I think you really want Huda. I think you also like Shelly. But I think you want Huda. Low key, you want to explore that connection, but you know that you can steal Shelly from Austin. I'm just not buying it because if you want her so bad, then I better see in this recoupling, especially if it's a guy's recoupling, I better see you pair up with her and stick with her. Because enough is enough, okay? I'm tired of Ace. I feel like Ace is putting on the performance of a lifetime. He is being the biggest player out there right now, and I'm tired. So the next morning, Taylor makes Alandria a sort of makeup breakfast, I guess. And did I see, what's his name? Ace make Bella breakfast? I thought that was very weird. But anyways, Jeremiah and Huda, they're having another conversation, gassing up their egos outside, talking about how they're the parents.
How do you feel like last night? We was like, not out the mix, but how was it to
I
be
feel like
like?
me and you are the parents
of the villa. I'm like, literally no one idolizes your relationship. Huda is actually delusional, knowing that she's hiding a whole child from a man, talking about this is, everyone idolizes us. We're the parents. We're the ones locked in. We're the ones that are showing true love. Girl, get yourself together. This girl so badly wants to be a Love Island celebrity. It is actually insanity. Now, Nick and Sierra, they are flirting. They're taking photos. They're having a great morning. Once again, he feels like all the flirting and all the little things are what's going to build up to a bigger relationship. He does feel with Sierra that a lot of those little things are being checked, and that's why it's going further. While meanwhile, Bella is actually, again, in the little speakeasy crying with Huda.
But how are you feeling?
Oh, I mean, there's not much to say. I'm just feeling
About Nick. And I'm just so tired. Bella is like, I'm so shocked. I can't believe that he didn't want to be with me. I don't know what to do. I feel like I still have feelings for him, but I'm going to let him come to me. I'm like, Bella, this is not the show for you. I'm sorry, this is just not the show for you. I totally understand having boundaries and having, your reservations and wanting to be safe and protect your heart. But even slow burners like Serena, like Destiny, some of these people who are self-proclaimed slow burners, they at least were willing to do competitions. You have made it very clear that you are not open to trying anything. So why would anybody want to? Love Island is fast paced, and when everybody is thinking of themselves, they're not going to sit here and go at a snail's pace for you and potentially pass up something different. That's just the nature of Love Island. So I don't think that Bella is well suited to this show. We know she's a Christian girl, and she has a pretty conservative dating history in life, let's say, I just don't know that this is the right fit for her. And we find out more about that later on during the game, how little Bella has really done. And again, I am not judging that in real life. The only reason I'm judging it is because in the context of Love Island, this kind of person just is not going to do well. And that's reality. But who knows? Maybe they will bring in a bombshell who's also a Christian guy, you know, who really wants to take it slow, who's open to just being locked in with one girl the whole time. But that's just not the nature of Love Island. So I don't know. These crying fests that she's having, it's a little too much. I'm still bouncing between, you know, who I want to be voted out if it's a girl. I think her, though. I think it has to be her because she's not bringing us anything. And I don't think she's even having a good time. Nick is telling Sierra that he needs to talk to Bella because they still have not had the conversation yet since the recoupling. They have been completely separated. He also has another conversation with Huda after she has that conversation with Bella. And she's like, look, you really do need to talk to her, okay? She's really upset. You should definitely have that conversation and just be honest. Now for Nick, once again, he's conflicted because he claims he still has feelings for Bella in the back of his head. And I'm like, oh Lord, Nick, I don't know about Nick. Nick just gives whoever gives me the attention in the moment, but not too much attention. All right. Anyways, Bella and Charlie, they also have a conversation. As I said, these two, they at least need to agree to be a friendship pairing because otherwise y'all two are probably going home.
He's a really, really cool person. I mean, his accent's hot for sure. I don't know. I'm realizing that there's a little something that's like drawing me to him.
But Charlie claims that he wanted to take Bella to the hideaway the first day, but he was too afraid. I don't know. But Bella says, hey, I think that Charlie is a pretty cool person. Maybe we could see where it goes, but I still like Nick. And she repeatedly still tells people, I still like Nick. I still like Nick. And I'm like, Bella, it is day 3. You should be open to trying other people. Oh, she is just not a good fit for the show. I don't know. So Taylor and Alandria, they have another conversation next day after they've supposedly cooled down.
But you know, you already didn't apologize for it. I'm gonna drop that shit, let that shit go. So how you gonna move?
Alandria quote unquote apologizes, but it's a pretty backhanded apology in my opinion. She says, well, I wanted to sit down because of you, but whatever happened there made me realize I can't be considerate in here. And again, Alandria, I'm like, the Delulu. I'm sorry, sis. I'm sorry, but the Delulu. Because you got up and kissed Ace. I don't know if what Alandria is playing or what is happening, but it just makes absolutely no sense to me, the stuff that she is saying. Taylor says, hey, look, I'm going to drop it. Honestly, my feelings are still the same. Everything is still the same for me. That's what he also tried to say the previous night when she wanted to cut him off while he was talking. So they basically then switch the conversation completely and they get into love languages. He asks what her love language is and she says gift giving. He claims he's a 12 out of 10 gift giver. And they start to talk about how they're so alike. They're so similar. Oh my gosh, this is just a match made in heaven. I'm like, Alandria, baby. You know you need this man because you go, chow, what is going on? I don't know. I'm sorry. On this one, I'm Team Taylor because I just don't really understand what the crash out is with Alandria right now. Bella and Nick finally have the conversation.
With that, but I still like am interested in you.
To me, last night, you just like threw a curveball.
And Nick essentially explains that while he does like her, he is attracted to her, he had to logistically look at the facts from the past few days and realize that he needed to be with somebody else or try something new because he just didn't really feel like there was going anything anywhere. Bella is really stuck on communication. She's like, that's why you communicate, Nick. That's why you let me know. Because I had no idea. I'm like, y'all are looking to get married on day 2 of this show. I cannot believe it. It is crazy. I don't know. But she goes on and on a lot about communication. It's too much. But eventually at the end, she is like, well, I wish you guys well. Nick is like, well, I mean, I don't know. I like Sierra, but I still am open to you. Bella's like, well, the ball is in your court, kinda. And I'm like, girl, let him go. He showed you who he is. Why are you even so stuck on this man? no offense, but it's not like he's charismatic or anything of that nature. Is he cute? Sure, he's cute. But Nick has not brought anything else to the table where I'm like, But anyways, Shelly and Ace, they also have a conversation. They start to get into introversion, extroversion. Ace tries to claim that he's actually an introvert while Shelly is an extrovert. Overall, through this conversation, though, Shelly does realize how light the banter is with them. She feels very comfortable. He feels very familiar. And she doesn't get that same feeling with Austin. And I can definitely understand that. I think, number one, Austin is an awkward person. Let's just be, real. He is an awkward person. You can tell when he talks, when he says things, it's very uncomfortable. Austin seems mildly uncomfortable as well with Shelly. It's just, to me, not giving that he's feeling that immediate whatever. I can also imagine that, you're both black folks. You can shoot the shit. You can talk, use AVE, use Ebonics. Like, you don't have to feel like you need to code switch, even if it's, because I think sometimes code switching is not always a conscious thing, right? When you're black, sometimes you just naturally code switch around non-black people. So I can definitely understand that. And for Ace, he also says in his confessional that he feels like, me and Shelly, we can have conversations that are not always serious. And again, Ace, you tell us every day that you want her. So I want to see you choose her. Because if you don't choose her, Ace, then I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it any longer. It is nighttime, and you guys know only mess, drama, and whatever happens at nighttime. So let's get into it. Huda and Shelly, they have a conversation.
You could say it now, you could say it later, but his response is always going to be just his response,
So I feel like it's about time to bring it up. My biggest worry.
And Huda's like, so I guess you and Shelly are the only ones that know I have a daughter, right? Or you and Alandria, excuse me, are the only ones that know I have a daughter, right? And she's like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't really want to tell everybody in here because I'm really worried about what they're going to think. Shelly's like, wait, you didn't tell Jeremiah? And she's like, no. And Shelly's face, you could tell Shelly was like, this bitch. Shelly's like, look, and I agree with this. At the end of the day, you are a mother and you are also Huda. And if somebody cannot accept you for being a mother and also being yourself, then that is not a person you want to be with anyway. You owe it to him. You have to tell him. And I really loved how Shelly was pushing her. It's obviously not her secret to tell, but she was definitely pushing Huda like, you need to say something. And I agree. I think this concept of, I'm going to wait until I have him locked in enough and then drop the secret is insane. It's manipulative. And to be honest, I would hate to be these people's kids watching my mother on TV denying and hiding me for a man because I want a man to like me. That is so shameful and so sad. Like, I don't know, when I was really thinking about it, because again, on the Never Ever Mets, they're doing the same stuff. And I'm like, that is so sad to really think about. Like, imagine, how do you even explain something like that? Oh yeah, I hid her. I didn't say anything immediately because I wanted to be liked for me first. You are a mom. You cannot decouple yourself from being a mom. You're a single mother. You take care of your child every day. I don't know. I really don't agree with that stuff. And I love that Shelly was like, yeah, you need to say something, girl. So anyway, it is game time, and this game is called State Your Case, where basically the girls and the guys, they have to put in order of most to least with various questions.
Period.
Alandria.
Period.
And we chose Shelly.
Men be lying, but we already knew that.
Nick?
So let's jump into them, and I'm going to be looking here because I want to make sure I have all the facts right. The first one is, who do you think has cheated the most? Okay, we find out here that Austin has cheated 6 times. 6 times. Taylor cheated none. Jeremiah once, but he claims it was a month in and he told the girl immediately. It was a lesson he learned and it never happened again. Something about that feels false. But okay. Now, they thought that Nick cheated the most, but they open up and it says 0. And then they're like, that's a big fat lie. That's a big fat lie. And he's like, okay, I fucked up and I'm going to own up to it. And it was not clear from the edit if he meant like, oh, I'm fucking up with like Bella in the villa, or if he meant outside of there, but he just lied on the answers. But over time, I think we learned that it's that the guys were literally lying about their answers because they also come down really hard on Charlie during this. Now, for the girls, Huda has cheated no times, Bella cheated no times, all of the other girls have cheated no times, except for Shelly, who has cheated once because it was her homegirl and they kissed at a club. Okay, so our next question is, who has had the most amount of boom boom in one day? Charlie has had just once with one person, or the most amount of people, sorry. Charlie has had with one person. Austin has had with 4 people in one day, and he claims it's because he has a high libido. Austin, the more these questions went on, I was like, ugh. I mean, he was already nasty to me, of course, because of everything, but then I was like, ugh, this guy's extra disgusting. Sorry, I don't know. He just was disgusting to me. Nick has done it with 2 girls, but he claims that was only one time ever. Okay. So Bella has had sex with 1 person in a day. Shelly has done it with 2 people in a day. She said that she was dating 2 girls once, and one girl came over, like slept over, and they did it in the morning, and then another girl came over at night. I'm like, okay, Shelly, you got a little bit going on, sis. Huda has also done it with 2 people, and when she said it, Jeremiah's like, damn. He's like, oops, I can't really say anything. I was like, not Jeremiah having those low-key internalized standards about people. But she said for her, the first guy didn't satisfy her. Okay. So, who has told the most people they love them is the next one. Ace has told 0 people. He claims that he has never been in love. He's never said it. Then the girls are like, but that's not true. Like, come on. You've never told a girl that you love them before. You've never said it. That seems weird. And I don't know why they were so shocked by that. I don't know. Is that... but he does admit that he has told girls he loved them before. He just obviously was not in love. So Jeremiah has told 10 people, and this becomes a focal point of the villa after that. I do think that is crazy work to tell 10 people that you have loved them. That is insane to me. He says he's never been in love, but because he thought that was what love was at the time, he would continuously say it. Nick has told 50 people. I told you what kind of person Nick is. Nick is in love with anybody that gives him attention. Nick's dream girl is anyone that gives him attention. Y'all cannot tell me otherwise. He's trying to make it 51. That's what he says. So Bella has told 1 person, and Shelly and Huda have each told 2 people. On to the next one. Who has sent the most nudes? Ace has sent 3. Taylor sent 5. Okay, normal numbers. Charlie has sent 0. And then the girls are like, really though? Because you've been in relationships, you've done different stuff, but you've sent 0. So they start to press him, and he's like, okay, it depends on what's considered a nude. And I'm like, Charlie, be so for real. How do you not know what a nude is? It says it in the name. Nude. Nick has sent 800. He claims it was because he was in a 3-year long distance relationship. Again, Nick, the kind of guy you are and the kind of guy Austin are became very, very clear during this competition. Jeremiah has sent 50. His explanation is during COVID. Okay. Austin has sent thousands. Austin strikes me as that guy on the dating apps that you block. If you know where I'm going with that, you know where I'm going. Austin strikes me as that guy that you match with on an app and you're like, what? I'm gonna block him. On to the girls. So Bella has sent 0, as expected. Huda has sent 20. Shelly has sent 5. Alandria has sent 15. And Sierra has sent 5. And so far, by the way, the guys are in the lead with this game. They have gotten everything correct so far. Now, the next question is, who do you think has the highest body count? Charlie has 108. But he's 27, and his explanation is, well, I'm 27. I've never been in a relationship. Charlie's a fuckboy. Charlie is an absolute and utter fuckboy. Period. Taylor has had 21, Nick 22, Jeremiah has had 32, and Huda says she is cool with that. She likes a guy with a little more experience. We know you and Jeremiah like everything about each other. Ace has 25, and Austin has 104. Okay. Those 104 women, I would like you to step to the front of the room because you slept with it. So Bella has 1, Alandria has 8, Huda has 13, Sierra has 18, and Shelly has 12. All right. So that is the end of the game. The boys are the winners. Okay, they are the winners. They only got the last question wrong for which girl was at the top. So they win. Woo! Fireworks and sparkles. Post game, everybody is talking, chattering. I love it. Let me tell you, I love this season. How they are starting to shake in the beginning. Give people to think about from day one. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, post-game, all of the girls are in shock at Austin's escapades. They're like, whoa, Austin is crazy. And he is, stay away from him. Shelly's in her confessional like, I don't even know what kind of guy Austin is. Girl, you don't like him. It doesn't matter. Charlie is also pretty wild. So the guys start to press Charlie a little bit, and they're like, so how do you feel about the fact that the girls, and it was mostly Ace was a little instigator after this game, but it was mostly Ace who was like, how do you feel about the fact that the girls were asking you and thinking you were a liar, like they were really pressing you and thinking that you were lying? Charlie doesn't really care. He's like, hey, it's all just game at the end of the day. But I will say that it probably doesn't put me in a good light that most of the girls felt some type of way about it. Now the girls are asking Huda, how do you feel about the fact that Jeremiah has said I love you to 10 different people?
How do you feel about that? Honestly, I don't think I'm that surprised with the number, just because I feel like at the beginning, in general, I always said he was love bombing me.
You did.
Was it 12 people or 13? 13 people, I think. Huda's like, well, I don't, for me, I don't necessarily think it's an issue in the beginning, but I mean, I told you guys already that I was a little bit worried about whether he was love bombing and whether he moves so fast with every girl and not just me. So now I do feel like I need to have that conversation. I'm like, ding, 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 Huda, start to get the questions in your head. So Ace starts to pick a Jeremiah and be like, how do you feel? Editing Lex here. I actually was talking about the scene where he basically talks about how she slept with 2 men in one day because the first man didn't satisfy her. Y'all, I was a little tired when I made this, so yeah, I explained it a little wrong, but that's actually what I'm getting into here. About the fact that Huda has such like a low body count, that seems weird to you, right? Jeremiah's like, I don't care. I'm that guy. I don't really care. I don't mind, teaching a girl what, in bed and whatnot. And Ace is like, but you don't think that's like sort of weird? Like she doesn't really know anyone. I don't know why. My husband was like, it's very clear that Ace is sort of trying to drive a wedge between Jeremiah and Huda because he wants Huda, and that is fair actually, because he did say he wants to explore with Huda. He did try to kiss her. Right now he's laying low, and I do feel like I definitely saw a little bit of that in this episode, him really trying to drive that wedge. Like, look at her. Do you see how she is? Are you sure you want to teach her? Are you sure you don't want someone with more experience? I just thought it was a very weird question. So Ace and Taylor have another conversation as Huda and Jeremiah simultaneously do. And Ace is telling Taylor again, like, don't you think it's so weird that Jeremiah has told 10 people that he loves them? And then on top of that, don't you think it's so weird that these two are acting like they're closed off and it's just the two of them right now? That's weird. It's super weird to play so closed off so early in this competition. I don't know. I feel like they're trying to play it safe in here. I don't buy it. And I was like, oh, Ace is trying to make a move real quick. Ace is definitely trying to get Huda opened up, because that them playing it safe, or like them locking in this early is playing it safe. That's Ace saying, I want Huda to be on the market. I see you, Ace. Ooh, I see you, Ace. So Huda is talking to Jeremiah and she's like, can you explain the 10 people that you said that you loved? Because I feel a little, Jeremiah basically tries to say that most of those 10 girls were in high school. 8 out of the 10 were in high school. After he turned 20, he's actually only ever told 2 girls. Now they start to get into a conversation about what kind of girl that Jeremiah wants. And he's like, I don't know, family oriented, someone cool. He doesn't really give an answer. She's like, okay, but like what qualities? Like what kind of person do you want? He's like, I don't know, you? And she's like, are you sure? Cause are you sure? And he's like, huh? And Huda starts being real coy and real weird, and she makes it clear that she has something to say, and she's like, I just don't know, like, and she goes on. I mean, I'm like, Huda, spit it out. I'm like, this is so shameful and embarrassing as a mother. I'm just gonna say it because I'm tired of people doing this on this show. This is so shameful and embarrassing. You are so ashamed and embarrassed to be a mother on a dating show with these young men, like that you're gonna be this way and literally be afraid to reveal your child. That's insane, Huda. I'm so sorry, girl. What is going on? Get your butt off Love Island. It's too much for me. I just didn't like it. I'm sorry. I really feel strongly about this, because I just don't like it. I feel like it's so manipulative, but it's also so shameful and hurtful to your child. So anyway, Huda finally reveals that she has a child.
And you're 24?
Yeah. Over 4 years.
How many kids?
1. Look at me.
I think Jeremiah says is, you're 24 and you have a kid? Oh my God. He puts his head in his hands like this. And he's like, how many? And she's like, just 1, a daughter. She's 4. And he's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Jeremiah's reaction was crazy, but I understand. Jeremiah was like, oh my God. What the F have I gotten myself into? He is done. Not you're 24 and you have a kid. Ooh, baby, but we obviously end off on a cliffhanger, so we are going to see tonight how that goes. So if you made it to this point of the video, that means you liked the video. So I would greatly appreciate if you would consider supporting the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It helps to get the videos out there and it inspires me to keep creating. Again, if you did not see the episode 2 recap, please go check that out. And lastly, I have a $1 channel membership. And if you want to go that extra mile to support the channel, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. Bye.